Well, welcome back to the shop. As you could probably tell, I named this video Back to the Future. The reason I did that is because I'm now back to where I was. I had to go back into the past because what had happened is the original primer that I put on this car, when I started to sand it, I realized that I still had some major body work to do. And what I mean by major means I have to break out the filler. You know, not spot putty, but filler. I had to break filler out, and also you had to use my hammer to knock down some high points because I was hitting steel way too soon and the rest of the area was way too low. So I decided then I would use my primer as almost like a guide coat on its own and just rip into the whole car. And what that did is, of course, it exposed all of the problems. I've been through it again. I've refilled those areas, and I've now just re-primed the car. So as I said, I'm back to where I was about a month ago. So I'm back to the future. Now basically, the car is now in primer. I've probably put about a gallon of primer on this car. Now, I ran into a problem. It's very hot here in Canada right now, or in Toronto. It's about 32 degrees Celsius, which is a high 80s, a lot of humidity. And what I had done is I went with a 4:1 on my primer. So obviously 4 parts primer, 1 part catalyst, which is normal. But then I also added a bit of reducer as well. I tried to thin the coat out, but I didn't turn the pressure down on my gun. So with the heat, with the reducer, and the hardener, which acts really quickly, what was happening is the gun started spraying dry, right? That means when I'm spraying it, it actually is drying while it's on its way to the panel. And that is no good whatsoever. So you have to back the pressure off, slow that down, and also open up the feed to get as much paint out as you can. I had also gone back to a 1.3 tip on my gun instead of the 1.7, which I normally use for primer. But in this case, by thinning it, I thought I needed to go to a smaller orifice, but in fact, again, I caused my own dry spray problem. So I have some dry spray on my deck lid, and I have some dry spray on my hood. Now the good news obviously, I used the DA, put the 320 on it, and I could knock that dry stuff right off and get down to the good primer. So I'm at the point now where I can start actually doing the 320, 400, the guide coat, all of that. So all of that is coming up, but like I said, just wanted to give you a quick update as to where I am. Now, there's another thing that's happened. About 3 months ago, and I'm not kidding, about 3 months ago, I ordered subframe connectors for this car. They're finally shipped. They'll be here on Wednesday, I believe. So although I'm going to be sanding panels for the next few days using the guide coat, using the 320, using the 400 wet, when Wednesday rolls around, I might actually just put this car up on jack stands and start looking at subframe connectors and see how they work. And of course, I'll videotape that. I'll put that out for you guys to watch as well. But in the meantime, I'm just going to start sanding. It's getting a little hot though. I think I'm going to call it a day, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, and have a great day.